married 2 years. She says since the honeymoon, her life has been hell because her husband, Sean, humiliates her every chance he gets. Tell me what he does. What has upset you enough to come and be with us today?
He calls me a fat, ugly bitch. He says I'm a whore when I try to go look for a job.
That's a good feeling to make you go look for a job like that. Can tell how upset you are. What else? Here, hon. What else?
He calls me a spick.
Is he Hispanic?
No, he's white.
Well, if he, if he doesn't like Hispanics, why did he marry one? Did you ask him?
No, he says he does it out of anger, that I make him angry for him to call me a spick.
Do you call him names?
I react when he calls me names. I admit that.
He makes fun of her figure, tells her she's stupid, tells her she's a bad mother, and says he won't sit here with her because she's a low-life couch potato and that spick, I guess. How does it make you feel?
Well, it makes me angry and it hurts me.
It's very disrespectful, isn't it? You know? And when you cry, what does he do?
Tells me to shut up, that I'm just being a baby.
I think one of the problems also is he won't introduce her to his friends and made fun of her to his boss at a restaurant. I don't know how anybody can engender respect when that kind of thing happens. He's also always telling you you shouldn't eat certain things?
Yeah, that I need to lose weight, and I'm trying to watch my figure.
Now, have you left him because of this?
I've tried to leave him many times.
What happens? Why do you go back?
He begs me to stay. He says he's going to change.
Well, let's find out what's going on in the relationship. Can we bring Sean out? Okay, now you dry those eyes. Sean, come on out. Sean, what's going on here? You heard what your wife has said. Many of us take our marriage vows very, very seriously, but I've never heard that making somebody feel bad is a way to honor. And just had a baby together. This should be the happiest time of your life. She says things haven't worked out that way. When we were talking to Beatrice, you were crying, Patricia. What's the problem between you and James?
Ever since we've had the baby, it's changed. He tells me that I'm bossy, and he humiliates me and he puts me down. Tells me everything's changed since we've had the baby because I've gained weight.
He says if she does not lose this weight, he is going to leave her. Well, now what is this about him wishing you were bulimic? You don't. That's a bad disease. You wouldn't wish anybody to be bulimic, right?
We were watching, I don't know what talk show it was, and it's about girls with disease eating orders, and I told him I can't believe someone would do that to themselves just to please a man. And he said, but that's okay, she's skinny, at least she's skinny. And I said, so you're telling me that you'd rather me be skinny? And, well, you'd be skinny, and I'm like, can you understand people die from that? Oh, I wouldn't let it go that far.
Well, it isn't a matter that it's a serious disease. Is there a lot of name calling?
He calls me fat and lazy. A lot of it's like when he tells me he's not attracted to me anymore. I mean, we have no sex life unless he watches a porno or he sees a pretty girl.
Let's bring James out. James, come on out. James, you have said that you are going You are going to leave her if she doesn't lose the weight. We're talking 20 pounds. That's not a great deal here.
No, it's not necessarily if she loses the weight. It's if she gains any more weight. That's what I'm worried about.
What's wrong with the way she looks now?
It's not the way she looks now. It's when we're alone, and she wants to get romantic and everything. I can't get romantic if I'm not attracted to her, and I don't want to leave her. I just rather she loses the weight.
That all her dreams had come true, but the dream has really soured because she says he is constantly putting her down and calling her names. Tina, what does he do? I mean, what does he call you?
He calls me bitch, sweat hog.
What is sweat hog?
Well, in my definition, it's a very large or obese woman in a muumuu with sweat pouring off of her, that she's so lazy she can't walk because of...
So you're the third person here today that the weight is an issue. You
Yeah.
do not appear to me to be overweight.
Yeah, I'm chunky, yeah. And I've never been thin, but, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much a person weighs. It's all external. What I am in the inside is what matters.
That's right. I think the main thing in your case is that he thinks you're ignorant.
Not only ignorant, stupid, I can't do anything right. I don't clean house right, I don't do laundry right, I can't cook. I can't even cook macaroni and cheese to him. I mean, I'm just stupid. I mean, all in a ball. So I question myself, then why do you stay? I've asked him, why do you stay?
Why do you stay?
Why do I stay? I think a lot of it has to do with insecurity, not only from Larry, but guys like them,
Right.
too. You guys, you don't have a clue what's going on. It's like the same type of guy. They're thin, they're, you know, halfway attractive. I'm not saying you guys aren't good looking, but they get with us women that are chunky. So I think they boost up their morale by putting us down. You know, are you more of a man by saying that? I'm so sick and tired of being, you know, this ugly, you know, I feel ugly, and I know I'm not. I know I'm not ugly, and I hate it when I go out, guys go, whoo, hey baby, you know, it's like, what the hell's going on here? Why can't I get it at home? I live with this man every day. He should love me. He knows me inside and out. I do everything I can for him. I'm emotionally there for him, and he can't be there for one. I mean, I've lost 20 pounds, and he can't even pat me on the back and say thank you. You know, I'm proud of you that you're making that step, that you're trying. You know,
No support and no encouragement, and still name calling. Well, you've told him you feel bad. How does he react?
He doesn't care. He does not care. He does not see it as a problem. And people say, Tina, get out of that relationship. I love him. I really do love him, and it hurts me so bad. But you know what? My dad did the same thing. I don't know any better. I want to be accepted, and I know I don't have to prove myself, but
2.5.
2.5 months. Since she had the baby, she says he's constantly criticizing her and making her feel disgusted with herself. Why do you feel disgusted with yourself?
Because he tells me I'm fat. He's told me that his uncle died, and his uncle lost a lot of weight, and he'll tell me, watch what you eat. Why are you eating that? You eat all the time. You just ate 30 minutes ago. You know, that's some of the expressions.
He's really
he uses.
obsessed with the weight.
Yes, and I've lost weight. I mean, I gained 60, 70 pounds with this last pregnancy, and I've lost probably about 40 of it.
That's pretty good. Jennifer, what was Randy like before you had the baby?
He was wonderful. He was my dream come true. I had a bad marriage before, and I felt like a queen, and everything I wanted, no matter if the bills were paid or not, he would give it to me. He bought me a new car. I mean,
And
anything.
since it's been the opposite, right?
Since the
How
baby
is your
was-
love life?
Before, it was
No, now.
wonderful. Now, whenever he feels like it, and like once, twice a week, maybe.
What about when you feel like it?
He'll say, I'm too tired. I worked all day. You don't do nothing. I work. I go to work every day, and I come home, and supper's ready for him when he comes home. I clean I do the laundry, I do everything, and he don't do nothing but come home and kick back in the recliner with the remote. That's all he does. This is what works with Randy.
This is James. James, tell me about you.
Well, I used to be a whole lot like that guy right there. You have a serious, serious attitude problem, man. And I want to say something right now. All y'all have kids, right? All y'all have kids, right? Yeah. You owe it to your kids to either get along or get out. Figure it out, man. Hey, man, I'll tell you something now. Y'all have healthy kids? Mm-hmm. I have a baby that was born with cancer, man, all right? I wasn't there when I should have been there. Now, she beat cancer. You don't understand, man. You step outside and look in. Look at what you're doing, man. Don't you? You're crumbling her into a little ball, man. How would you feel? How would you feel constantly, man, if your parents from day one told you you're an ignorant little you don't know anything, you're a peon, you're a pissant? How would you feel?
I already know.
You'd feel like a pissant. You'd become negativity breeds negativity, pal.
I already know how it feels.
Well, then why don't you be better by her, man? Like I said, grow up or grow out.
Takes two, man.
No, you're right. It does take two. It does take two.
Don't you think if you treated her positive,
aren't you mature
she'd
enough to
treat you
figure out if you start? All right, if there is a problem, I don't know. I don't see where she has a problem at all. At all. I see the problem lies right there, man, right inside of you.
They're not men who are physically abusing these women. Now, does it matter if they are verbally abusing them?
Verbal abuse is a precursor, in most cases, to abuse. And I'm talking about physical abuse. I call verbal abuse psychological violence. What the scars that are left with, you're seeing the girls in their own lives. It's amazing. I was watching backstage the dynamic that they are actually helping each other. But when it comes to what's happening in their own home, this is when they are powerless. They have no resources. Most of them are now at home. They don't have jobs. When they try and get jobs, the husband's trying to isolate them. They try to get them away from their parents. And I want to tell both of you something. I saw your little girl backstage. You know what really bothers me? You know what I'm worried about? She is very comfortable going to any woman that is backstage helping out. But when there's a guy around, she runs. You are showing your child what it means to be a man. And she is now afraid of men, all men. Whoa. One of the things, Sally, is the thing that, it's a learned behavior. I don't know these, the kids' everybody's here personal background, but I know it's a learned behavior. They saw abuse, they heard abuse, they must have been abused